What was the Battle of the Gunboats and why does it matter? Real quick, what was the First Barbary War? First Barbary War happened during the Jefferson administration, and the United States and its puny navy was fighting against Barbary states, which was the powers of North Africa, because the Barbary states were kidnapping American merchant ships and selling the crew into slavery. The Barbary states had a history of doing this with the Europeans for centuries, but the Europeans, they were paying tribute or bribes to the Barbary states, so they would not kidnap their sailors of the different countries. The United States, being newly independent, didn't have the funds to pay tribute, and so Thomas Jefferson thought it was a better idea to go to war against the Barbary states. It was millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute. Commodore Edward Preble was the 3rd American Commodore to be sent to the Mediterranean, and he happened to be the most successful because he was actually getting work done. It was August 3rd, 1804, when the Battle of Gunboats happened. So you have the American squadron and some gunboats that Edward Preble managed to borrow from the Kingdom of Sicily. And these gunboats are split into 2 different divisions. One of the divisions is led by Stephen Decatur, the hero who burned the USS Philadelphia. Typical naval battle of American ships and gunboats bombarding the forts along Tripoli Harbor. Winds and miscommunication is turning this battle into a complete shit show, like nobody knew what was happening. While Stephen Decatur was doing his own thing, James Decatur had his own victory, or what he thought was a victory, by capturing another vessel. And so the pirate captain of this vessel that's supposed to surrender to James Decatur surrendered, and so James Decatur climbed onto the enemy vessel, which the pirate captain shot James Decatur in the head point blank. When Stephen Decatur heard what happened to his youngest brother, he went on a rampage. Like, he gathered whatever volunteers he could get from his own ship, which turned out to be him and 10 other men, and they sailed to the enemy vessel that had the pirate captain that shot James Decatur. And while Stephen Decatur was climbing onto the enemy vessel, Decatur's ship was slowly drifting away, so there was only a few men that made it on board. And so it was less than 10 Americans versus over 30 of the enemy vessel, the Barbary pirates. And Stephen Decatur, he was an absolute butcher, because there was absolute vengeance in this man's eyes. I mean, ultimately he did avenge his youngest brother, James Decatur. James Decatur didn't immediately die. It took a few hours for him to pass away in his brother's arms on the USS Constitution, and James Decatur was buried at sea. Why is this battle important? Because most of the young sailors during this battle would become officers and captains during the War of 1812. And these young officers and captains would win multiple naval battles against Great Britain, when everyone thought that Great Britain was the greatest naval power on the planet. I mean, they were undefeated because of Trafalgar. And the United States, during the War of 1812, within the first couple years of the War of 1812, proved everybody wrong that Great Britain is not, in fact, undefeatable.